I know most people probably know the basics, but there will be some inevitably new people, and I will try to do very briefly the Reese of it all. So, my shilling out of the way, please support the other channels. Please consider supporting this channel through channel memberships or whatever means possible. Alrighty, so what is the basic gist with Reese? Well, I'll give Reese this, and this is where we're going to have a good lead into a devastating little introductory statement she made one chatting with Natalie. So, with Jenna, Natalie, I guess Mike Brown, and a few others, you kind of know what's going on. They're just with Aaron, frankly, for the money and popularity, right? They just want a kind of captured audience. Aaron can guarantee that, and that's all there is to it. But Reese is a little different and more hard to explain because I think you have to say fairly she's found her own audience, and they're very loyal to her, and she doesn't always agree with Aaron on everything, right? When he made those recent racist remarks, she was a little embarrassed and was like, "Oh my God, are you really doing this?" So she is a little bit independent. I don't want to exaggerate. I guess the closest analogy is kind of like, I don't know, China and Russia during the Cold War. It's like they're kind of allied, they're kind of estranged. I mean, they're very similar, but they are kind of doing separate things, right? They're kind of similar, but they're also very different. But don't worry, I'm going to be very critical of Reese and her, whatever we're going to call them, sayings. I guess we're going to say that. But she started off with this incredible statement. I'm like, and I'm still grappling with it. I'm like, wait, what?
You can absolutely shame me and put whatever you want out there, but we are not liars. Scientologists are not liars, Nat. We tell you via a report. We'll tell you straight to your face. We always put it out there when you create a flap or you are unethical. It's handled right up front. It's out in the open. Everybody knows. Your auditor knows. Everybody in the org knows. Sometimes they do an interrog where they ask everybody about you. It's not.
Well, you could definitely tell Natalie was a little weirded out. I'm like, wait, what? That's not the propaganda. What are you doing? What are you doing? So the problem here is that Reese, with her audience, has gone back and forth whether she was telling the whole truth about her and Jeff and Tommy Scoville and other issues. So, of course, which, give her credit, she just took it all the way, saying, guys, you know me. I'm very brutally honest because that's Scientology. I will not hold back. That's my Scientology training coming in. So, doubling down on her statement that the Scientologists don't lie, she was like, guys, listen, just from a young age, you got to know I'm tough. I was made to be tough.
That's a great I don't know. I also think though, Nat, I don't know about you. I'm still grateful for starting bull training at 4 years old because and the tigers that we are because it's a really, really thick armor. And that's one of the reasons I feel like I'm like, sink me. Like I don't, it's not going to make a dent.
Mm-hmm.
So
Give her credit. She's not following the Aaron party line because the Aaron party line is like, oh my God, guys, the evils of Scientology, especially the children's, I will not allow it. Guys, I had to make a choice. Yada, 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 yada. And Aaron really isn't consistent here. He is just playing around. He doesn't really care about the children or anything. But occasionally, every 3 or 4 months, he'll like, those poor children and the auditing and the bulba, blah, 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 bulba. But Reese is bluntly saying, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I got to be honest. I got something out of it. It made me tough. It made me tough. What about you, Natalie? And she's like, oh. So she had to admit a little bit, saying, yeah, I guess I did get something out of it. She got something out of it. So it's not purely a negative account of Scientology. Now, don't worry. She will often pull the Hubbard card if she gets in trouble saying, guys, it just occurred to me yesterday. Wow, Hubbard did something bad to me. I'm just now grappling with this. Coincidentally, when all these alarming questions about guns and videotapes and Scoville and past criminal convictions, all of this is coming together. And she's like, guys, it just occurred to me. wow, my time in Scientology, it was really bad. I'm just now grappling with this. You're going to have to be patient with me. So she's willing to play that card. So I want to be careful not give her too much credit. But yeah, this was just a weird conversation that kept looping around to, yeah, I've been very dishonest, but that's okay, guys, because that's what I am. I'm Reese. Guys, I'm going to be dishonestly honest with you for the money because that's just how things go. So it's really just hard to make sense of this video. It just seemed to be two women who are incredibly narcissistic. Reese, at least, is more openly narcissistic, but Natalie's always trying to be like, guys, no, I had to protect myself. My narcissism is a defense mechanism. I have to steal your money because I have to. I have no choice. But Reese is willing to be a little bit more, I guess, blunt about what is driving her, and I'll give her that. Although, again, when we get to the end point of what exactly is this all about, because if somebody's watching this video, what exactly is the thing? Well, with Reese, at least, she tries to keep it simple, and I'll give her this, because she went into this weird anti-Christian, anti-Jesus moment, and I was like, what are we doing here? Her main complaint is that, okay, well, let me be more precise and step outside a little bit. So Aaron and Natalie are pretending to fight Scientology, but really it's just about promoting themselves as celebrities. Reese is a little bit more different. She would say she has legitimate complaints against Jeff, an ex-lover, and the Jesters, and a few more things, but it doesn't quite hold up when you think it through. But I understand what she's trying to do, but it doesn't quite add up.
True. You think these, like all these people who are doing this to me again, claimed to be my friend, claimed to be Christian. Please tell me that you are perfectly clean in your life and are not guilty of anything. Give me a break. We know they've probably had the clap once or twice as well. It's just, I don't know what people expect out of me. You know, I'm definitely talk about my path out of Scientology and just, you know, the avenues I take, learning, being naive, meeting new people.
Which is not true, by the way. So, for instance, just one issue. So, it could be that Scoville and her got caught on tape stealing guns. Again, allegedly. We don't know for sure. But let's say she did steal the guns. So, Reese keeps framing it as like, guys keep getting concerned about me and rolling in the hay. No, Reese. One of the issues is the guns and Scoville. And she's like, guys, it's just weird. You're so focused on me and the hay with Scoville. It's like, no, no, no. That's a separate topic. They are linked. But what about this issue with the guns and Scoville? It's like, guys, I don't know. It's just weird. The roll in the hay. And it's like, okay, I see what's going on here. But even if we go down with her and her assumptions, it doesn't make any sense. So you're saying that, okay, you roll in the hay. Who the hell cares? Got it. Okay, fine. Whatever. Let's not care about any of that. Fine. Whatever. Don't care. But then she brings up Jeff. Guys, Jeff was with women's. The Jesters. Jeff. The women's. Prostitutes. Oh my gods. So Reese is open about herself and her body and what she does with her body. Okay. Got it. That's okay though. Don't care about that. Right. Fine. Whatever. But Jeff does things with women's. That's bad. Because I'm trying to figure out the consistency here. So with her and her body, if you don't like it, just be indifferent. If you like it, hey, join up membership, give her the monies. Okay, fine, whatever. But Jeff does things with women's. That's outrageous. That's just outrageous, guys. No, I will not allow it. Well, I'm not quite getting what she's saying. Is she saying that the critics of her are having a double standard? I don't think so, because I would say, well, no, that's not the question. Like, if we narrow the question to the guns and Mr. Scoville, what Jeff does with the women's is irrelevant. That's a separate topic. Some people might be outraged. Some people might not be outraged. But we can imagine a critic says, well, I'm not concerned with that. I'm concerned with the gun issue and you breaking the law. What is Reese going to say? She's going to, guys, Jeff was with women's. But I will say this, that she's alleging that Jeff did something to Hux, her son. Okay, but at this point, that's an allegation. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. If we take the worst case scenario where Reese is telling the truth and Jeff did something horrible, your solution to that, Jeff and Women's and Jeff and Hux, is to hook up with an ex-convict with addiction issues. But let me not be a liar, because you say, see, it is the roll in hay. No, Reese, the issue is not the roll in the hay. You're mixing up all these issues in very deceptive framing, right? Guys, they're still concerned with me and my bodies. No. Some people may be, other people may not be. But then you think about it, it's like, wait a minute, what about Hux? You're bringing in Hux. So you're saying it was terrible what Jeff did to Hux. So your solution is to Jeff being a bad role model is Scoville. Scoville will save the day. Alrighty then. So what is the issue? I guess it's the lack of judgment by these people that they're putting themselves out as, guys, we will help. We will help. We in Aronis in our charity will help. But it doesn't seem like a real charity. It doesn't seem like Aronis is being sincere. But I will say this, that Reese is at least more blunt and willing to be independent of the propaganda from the Aaron side. She's doing her own propaganda, which is parallel, but it is her own thing. But at the end of the day, we have that nexus point where it's like, Jeff and the Women's, oh my God, it's alarming. Okay, and if that doesn't work, we bring in Hux. But that won't work either, because it doesn't seem like she is that concerned with Hux. She says that, but then her actions tell us something's not adding up here. So excuse us for being skeptical. I don't know. It just seems some people are being skeptical and she's getting angry. But what's the anger about? The roll in the hay? Maybe for some, but I think a lot of people are asking legitimate questions and they're not concerned with the roll in the hay issue.